Picture launch day for your shiny new checkout page. You believe the bigger Buy Now button will lift conversions, but belief isn't proof. The only way to find out is to let science, not ego, decide. That's where experimentation and A/B testing come in. I'll guide you through the process step by step, and when we pivot topics, I'll simply say, now we'll talk about the next piece. We start with the essence. An experiment is a mini scientific trial inside your product. Variant A keeps the current experience. Variant B adds your tweak. Random users get split 50-50, and you measure which version moves the success metric. No hunches, just data. Now we'll talk about drafting a solid hypothesis. A good hypothesis pairs a cause with an expected effect. Changing the call to action text from start to scan now will increase first scan conversion by 10%. Note the direction and the size. The direction keeps analysis focused. The size tells you how much improvement justifies shipping. Now we'll talk about sample size and test duration. You need enough users to detect that 10% lift with confidence. Use an online calculator or Optimizely's built-in wizard. Plug in baseline conversion, minimum detectable effect, desired confidence, usually 95%, and it outputs a sample threshold, say 20,000 users per variant. If your traffic is 5,000 a day, run the test for 4 days minimum. Stop early and you risk a false win. Now we'll talk about choosing metrics. Pick one primary metric tied to your goal, conversion rate to first scan. Secondary guardrail metrics catch side effects, checkout latency, crash rate. Amazon won't ship a change that boosts purchases if it also hikes page load times above a red line. Metrics keep you honest. Now we'll talk about implementation. Small UI tweaks? Use feature flag platforms like Launch Darkly or Optimizely. Flip a switch, auto-split traffic, collect stats. Deeper algorithm changes? Engineers wrap the new code path in a flag and log outcomes. Analysis runs in Amplitude or plain SQL. For design tweaks, Google Optimize can run server-free experiments right in the tag manager. Now we'll talk about running and reading the test. Watch dashboards, but don't peek every hour. P-value hacking is real. When the tool reports statistically significant at P0.05, confirm effect direction, then sanity check secondary metrics. If variant B beats A by 11% and no guardrails flash, ship it to 100% of users by toggling the flag. If results are flat or negative, pivot. Learn from session replays, adjust, and test again. Now we'll talk about multivariate testing. Sometimes you want to test headline copy and button color. A multivariate test creates combos A1B1, A1B2, A2B1, A2B2, and reveals interaction effects. Use only when you have high traffic. Sample sizes multiply fast. Now we'll talk about real-world proof. Netflix tweaks thumbnail art relentlessly. A thriller poster showing a screaming face drove 20% more plays than a serene one. Amazon A/B tested adding decimals, 14.99, versus whole numbers, 15, and found the penny gap still nudged conversion, worth millions. Booking.com reportedly runs over 1,000 concurrent experiments. Every page element lives or dies by data. Now we'll talk about common pitfalls. Correlation is not causation. If a holiday spikes traffic mid-test, rerun. Beware sample pollution. If the same user sees both variants on different devices, results blur. And never ship on statistical significance alone. Consider effect size and business impact. Finish by stitching experimentation into your sprint cadence. Hypothesis Friday, flag Monday, run to Thursday, decision at the next sprint review. Continuous testing turns your roadmap into a learning engine rather than a gamble.